like I said, I just want to ask you a little bit about your feelings before the season started and what you guys have seen so far. So, I mean, I want to ask you kind of the same thing. What are you guys most looking forward to this season?
I'm definitely looking forward a lot to improving, and I think we have like a really young team, but it's also an athletic team, and like we have a lot to work with. So I think seeing the improvement throughout the year will be really cool.
Yeah, I definitely think that we have more people this year who know the game a little bit better, and I think we will be improving a lot throughout the season. Like, I already see improvement from a lot of people already, so I'm really excited for the season.
Yeah, Coach Wood said y'all got some really good freshmen coming on the team this year. What's it been like kind of helping them get up to speed and getting into the standard that you guys want this year?
I mean, they're very outgoing, so that's nice. Like, they're easy to get to know, and they're easy to talk to, and I think they take like critiques well. And so I think it's been a really good team culture so far, which I think has been great. And like so far, like we've seen already, like Anna said, we've seen so much improvement with them, and yeah, it's exciting.
I've definitely seen them they also have like a really good work ethic, and I know that they're dedicated and want to be here and want to get better, and I think that's really good for the team. So,
Yeah, and kind of in your early practices and in the scrimmages, what's some of the biggest things you guys have seen as improvements from last year compared to this year?
I think there's the movement of like around the court is definitely a lot better. I felt like last year, like we had like athletic people, but it was a lot of people who their primary sport like wasn't basketball, and they didn't really have like that much experience playing basketball. So it was like difficult to get them up to speed on like where to be on the court, and I feel like a lot of like the freshmen this year, like they have a lot more understanding about where to be, so that's like a nice like base to build off of.
yeah. Most of the freshmen also played last year for middle school, and I think our team last year, a lot of people didn't play for a really long time or like never at all. So we kind of started at like ground zero, but here like we have like a really good like foundation already to build off of. So
Yeah, and Coach, emphasize that a big thing you guys want to do this year is hold each other accountable, and kind of have more of a team-led type of environment here. So, how have you guys kind of embodied that in the early practices and scrimmages so far?
I think me and Anna both had to like learn to like step up a lot and like be better leaders, and like it's definitely like a different feeling than last year. Like last year, like we had a lot of seniors, and like I feel like this year we've definitely just like it's been more of a unit like moving forward, and but it's definitely been like a role to fill like on the team. So
I think that now, especially since we're like the older people, since we have no seniors, I think that it's like easier for at least me, I don't know, obviously, but to like step up and like take that role, and I feel like I really want to like lead the team to success and like also just like being better people on and off the court. So
Yeah, I know Coach I mentioned you guys got some milestones you guys want to hit this year, but outside of those, what are some things you want to see from the team, basketball-wise, or just team morale-wise this season?
I think definitely just keeping it high throughout the season. I think we've already had like a good start, but last year I feel like we set goals that were a little bit too high. We were like, we're gonna win the state championship when we hadn't made it to states the past few years, and I feel like our goals were kind of unrealistic, and I feel like team morale just decreased a lot throughout the year, and also there was just a lot of like not division, but just like people stayed in their own little groups, and there wasn't a lot going on like with everybody throughout the team. So I think definitely like doing team outings like this year, which we talked about last year but we never ended up doing, I think that will help a lot. But like just keeping team morale high throughout the season.
I also feel like our goals this year aren't so much as like one big picture, but like little small things that we can work towards, and like things that we can actually achieve. And I just hope that we can like see a little bit of improvement each game, each practice, and like really see that improvement throughout the season.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask you a question that Gene usually asks. But kind of, what's the biggest thing you guys have learned from Coach Wood this off season?
I think you should talk about that first because you definitely spend more time.
Off the season and on the season, I feel like she makes me want to be like a better leader and also like a better person. She makes me feel like she makes me own up to things that I do, which is like something that I've needed to work on for a while, and she like brings that out in me, and I think she just makes me like a better person to be around in general. So
Definitely. Like, I've known her for a really long time, and also I feel like the biggest thing is that like I feel like she believes in me, and I feel like she's always believed in me since I was in like 5th grade, and I feel like that has like touched me a lot, and I feel like that's been like a huge motivator for me when it comes to like basketball and things outside of basketball.
Yeah, and actually, all you guys can answer this because I know that connection is there. Just how much does that connection, having you been knowing these girls for so long, kind of helped? I guess kind of forge that togetherness this year.
I mean, to me, it's like when you talk about buying into something, even as an adult, you want to feel a sense of like you want to have that connection. I cannot invest or put in all my effort if I don't feel safe like on the other side. And so when I feel from them that they're giving me their all, I can give them my all. I'm gonna give it regardless, but I feel like I'm gonna get something out and I can push a little bit harder. You can't really push people who haven't bought in, right? And so I feel them, I know them, and so I know exactly what they're capable of and where we can take this whole thing. So.
Yeah, Ginny, do you have anything?
I was going to say, you got about 1 minute to wrap up, so.
Yeah, let me not hold y'all before y'all. It's way past 6:45. I'm sorry, but yeah, you good?
I think I was going to ask you, what thing has the coach said to you in the last year that's really stuck in your heads? Is there a phrase or a lesson? Look at that face! Look at that face! Oh my God! Or do you want to wait till the end of the season to answer that question?
I mean, this year she's like our what do you call it, like phrase for the season?
Oh yeah, like our motto.
Yeah, our motto is "Why not?" And yeah, I think that's been a good thing, like especially to like push the younger kids to like why not, like give it your all. And yeah, I think that's been like a good motivator for the beginning of the season. Yeah.
I think I heard that motto last year at the ACC championship game. Somebody else was using it, but that's okay to steal a good idea.
I mean, hey, what is it? Yeah, if it works, it works. You know, don't if it's not broke, don't fix it. I want them to really think about like, why would I not go after this ball? You know, why would I not do it when what's on the other side is what I'm asking for, what I want? And I feel like last year we didn't have that. There was too much willingness to let things go, but still wanting to win. You can't win if you're gonna you can't win if you're gonna let a ball drop, if you're gonna let it go out of bounds. You have to give it all that you got for 4 quarters. Why not do that? And so I'm hoping that facilitates a change.
Okay, one last question for the coach, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but you've been doing this long enough, and I know coaches don't do this for the money, not in this county. Have you had players come back after they've left and say, Coach, I really appreciate you being my coach?
I have actually, even if it was like maybe not the most fun time for them, you know, because basketball is complex if you don't like it. They have come back and they've just been kind of grateful that, again, like I said, I embodied a safe space because everybody doesn't want to play sports. So I made it so that they could play a sport, enjoy a sport, and kind of move on even if they didn't do it past there. So.
I'm all good. I don't want to hold y'all up too long. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. No problem.